So if you've been cycling a while, you might start to think you want to get a bit more serious about training or about getting fast. And one of the best ways to do it is to start following a plan. But what plan are you going to follow? There are hundreds of plans to choose from and hundreds of ways to go about getting plans or following guidance. So the first thing you could do is get a plan off the shelf from an online source like Training Peaks and just follow that, or a British cycling plan, they do them online. Or you could follow a plan on something like Zwift or Trainer Road. They have hundreds of plans and workouts for you to follow, and you can get really fit and very fast following those sort of plans. However, they do tend to be a one-size-fits-all situation, although having said that, Trainer Road has got AI built into its plans, so they do adjust for you, which is pretty good. But how could you go about changing a plan or adapting it so it's more bespoke to you? One of the first things you need to do with a plan is be flexible. So for example, if you've had a busy weekend or you've done a lot of riding over the weekend, and on your plan it says Monday you're doing intervals, maybe you could push that back in the week and swap over a more relaxed, easy ride on the Monday, or even have a rest day on the Monday and push everything back a day. Nothing wrong with being flexible. Another thing is, feel free to add to your plan. If you're feeling quite fresh and your plan sort of 6 hours and you've got some more time, you could add in a long ride, so extend any endurance ride by an hour or two. But again, think about being flexible after that if you need a little bit more recovery. But if you keep it at zone 2 and very steady, you might find you're fine for that next workout. If you've got a plan, another thing you can do when we're talking about being flexible is not necessarily consign yourself to a 7-day week. Our bodies don't necessarily fit with a easy 7-day plan. So you could extend it over 9 days or something like that. Don't be afraid to push things back a bit, especially if you're older and you need a bit more recovery. Another way you can be more flexible in your plan is to be flexible in individual workouts. If you're doing a workout but you're finding it really hard, maybe you could bail and save it for another day when you're fresher. There's no point struggling through a workout or failing it. If it's that hard, do it another day. Or if you're finding it just a bit too much, you could turn it down a bit. If you're doing VO2 max efforts at 115% of threshold, you could turn it down to 110 or just over threshold. It's still within the same ballpark intensity, so you'll still be getting that benefit. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to click on that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, just to help the channel grow. And if you're feeling it sounds all a bit too much, you could of course go the whole hog and get a coach. Having a coach would be a very bespoke way of training, but it is expensive. A halfway house which is what I'm currently doing, is have a coach, have a chat, have a discussion about what my needs are, and then create a plan for me. So by doing that, you get the best of both worlds. You get some individualized planning. You'll probably get a few tips on how to manage it, but it isn't anywhere near as expensive as getting a coach. And you can still build in those tips for adjusting the plan if necessary along the way, and just feed that back to the coach before he creates another plan. So what do? Do you follow a plan? Do you do it off cuff, or have you got a coach? Drop it in the comments below. And I hope you found the video useful, and until next time, bye for now.